Right out. Oh, jeez. No one wants to see that. Wow. Wow. Getting way longer than it needs to. Okay. Bench on that. Christian just comes off the bench. 700. Diego Godin's an injured too. Oh my goodness. A lot you don't know. For a dude who knows a lot of shit. How old is this bullshit? Come on, guys. Yeah, really, Brian.
Kovacic? No, I don't believe that at all. Frank was not playing anymore. Oh, cover the line. Yeah, Grealish? Seriously? Okay. Thiago. Wow.
Damn it. Fuck.
What?
Come on. Come on. Come on. All right. Can you hear me?
I can. Can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, sorry about that, man. Fucking this tablet, I couldn't my email, like the email popped up. I tapped on it, but it wouldn't load. Yeah, but it wouldn't load the email.
That's weird.
I was like, what the hell? I was like, what the hell's going on? So sorry. And then fucking
There's no problem. No problem. How you doing?
oh, just got done with the game.
Oh yeah, how'd it go?
Oh, not good. Not good.
Is it an actual
Like-
game or is it practice?
Yeah, no, actual game. Actual game.
Oh.
I got to get a hat. I forgot. This guy's got a shower. I'm just like, hello, Mark. I'll be right back, man.
All right.
I know I said I was ready. I swear I was. Oh man. Like I did the same thing at the game with Heather that I've done every time. Didn't change anything. I never overruled her. I didn't do anything. You know,
Yeah.
She said if I noticed something, tell her.
Uh-huh.
Well, today apparently she didn't want to hear none of that. And instead of just pulling me aside and saying something like, "Hey, I need to, I need you to stop doing this," like, instead of telling me to stop,
Yeah.
as a fucking as a head coach should do,
Yes.
like, she just started being snarky with me, and that pissed me off. And I didn't let it show until like the last 3 minutes, when she told the girls, like, whoever, they're wanting to go back in, and there's 3 minutes left, and she told the girls, no, who's out there is out there.
Yeah.
And they kept well, can I go back in? They kept saying that.
Yeah.
So I thought I was helping, because I was about 15 yards away from her, and I go, instead of yelling at the kids, I go, "Hey, coach, you said whoever people on the field, that's who's finishing, right? Shut the girls up."
Mm-hmm.
And instead of saying "yup" or "yep" or something,
Right.
she just said, "Unless someone gets injured." I'm like, I just went, "Oh, okay, that's that kind of party."
Uh-huh.
I at that point I couldn't hold it in. I just went, "All right," put my hands up, got it. Like, I don't know what your problem is.
That's weird.
Oh, I was just, I mean, I ain't changed anything. And then fucking, and then I texted her. We said she didn't want to talk about the game. I was like, "I'll give you a call after my podcast." And then she writes, "Instead of telling me stuff during the game, why don't you write it down and then we'll go over after it?" I'm like, "You could have just told me that. Like,
Yeah.
If it was pissing you off, you could have told me to stop, like, right away." But I didn't say
Right.
it. I was like,
mean,
"You could have told me that, I said, "You could have told me that."
Just like,
I didn't say it in a mean way, but it's a text message, so she's already pissed off. So she took it as I was being defensive.
oh yeah.
She's like, so she wrote back, "Stop being defensive with me." And I was like, I wasn't being defensive, but I can be if you want me to.
Oh boy.
How was your day, man?
Probably a little bit better than that. A little bit. Not too much.
Nice.
What I don't understand the world we're living in, dude. I don't get it.
Whoa, what happened now?
I don't get it. We'll save it for the podcast. Okay, so
I love it. Save it for a podcast.
One thing I want to talk to you about, though. So what I want to do while we're still doing this thing, until we can get back to the studio, is what I want to start doing, and I'm not going to do it with this one, but I'm going to start the next one.
Okay.
Is whatever we talk about pre-show, I want to put the audio up on Libsyn as like a bonus.
So we keep
having content there. Yeah.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Does that work?
Yeah,
right,
that's
cool.
awesome, man. I love it. Because I didn't know if you could take the audio from this.
I didn't think I could, but I looked through the settings, and it will make a video and an audio file. So I can have both,
dude.
Yeah.
Oh, wicked, dude.
So now that I know that I can have both. Yeah. So now that I know that I can have both, I'm gonna do stuff.
Like, was that Taco Bell commercial? We can have both.
We can have both.
Both.
Oh, dude, I have the Sirius XM for the car, and the commercial for their Yacht Rock channel just cracking me up.
Yacht Rock.
Yes.
Yacht Rock.
Softastic. Smootherific. It's amazing. It's amazing. Oh, it's so
That's
hilarious.
awesome. Is this better, Mark?
For what?
Is this better, or is this better?
For what? For lighting?
Lighting.
Go back.
This.
So that's more even.
Okay.
But
if
if you pull your hand back,
what if I bouncing it off the wall? How about this?
That actually looks pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
See, I paid attention. I paid attention when I make movies. I'm bouncing the light off the wall.
I'm about to try that here with my setup here.
I always love that shit. Like when I first started making movies, is seeing the director like talk to, or the cinematographer, like, you know, moving lights around and like, you know, putting in gels and then changing this. Like that should always, like, I love that part of it.
Oh yeah.
Getting the scene to look the best that it can.
Yep.
Like to me, like with lighting and shit, like you can make a fucking, you know, a fucking a digital thing with like a 35 millimeter fucking film.
Well, hey, what's the difference? What's the difference between art and porn?
What? Lighting?
Lighting. Absolutely.
I like that. I've never heard that.
I heard that a long time ago, and I've never forgotten it. Because if you really think about it,
it's true.
Yeah.
Like, I'll say one thing I always hated. Like the joke got so old, but every time I told someone I was acting, "Are you making porn?" Like everybody.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
like the first time you go, and I just kind of, and I just, the first time I was like, no, it's a movie. Like I didn't, you know, it was kind of, you know, taken aback. But then as it kept going on through the years, I started saying, yeah, it's porn. Like I just, like, that joke is not funny.
Well, the funny part is that no one knows what to say after that. It was like, oh,
it's like,
okay.
Okay,
all right.
So you're making porn? That's bullshit.
All right, did you set up your team?
Yes, I did set up my team.
Awesome.
I didn't have it. I kind of it was put together haphazardly, but I think I got. I mean,
as was mine.
I like it because it's poof.
Cool.
I had one of them days. I wanted. Yep.
Oh, no kidding, dude. All right, let me make sure we're recording, and we are. Is that? Oh, that actually quite effective. Okay. All right. And got a little white thing right here that I'm trying to get light under the chin. A little bit. I need a light overhead. That would help, but I don't have one.
Your beard is a black hole.
It is. It's yeah.
I see what you're saying. It's like, I mean, it's like blacked out right there. Sorry.
Yeah. Like right here. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. What's that? It's off for now. Okay. Hello. Hello. Welcome to this week's episode of the Ken and Mark Show.
Or how I learned to stop worrying and just call it football.
That's right. The show where the opinions are made up and the shape of the balls does not matter.
Does not matter.
Not at all. Not at all.
Not one bit. Not one bit. I wish I had a fisheye lens on this thing. Yo, don't tell me to smile. I'm going to what to do with your wow.
Let's go all the way around there.
Like a beatdown shot.
Like a Mace video where it's all just just your face moving in and out.
Just don't tell me that we can't stop. We can't stop.
that was a late '90s, early 2000s reference for all the kids that are watching.
Oh yeah.
Probably didn't catch that.
'90s are coming back.
Are the '90s back now? They're good.
I think they're back.
Good.
It's about time.
All right. Well, I feel pretty good about that. Okay,
so I'm happy with it.
Lots to get to, so let's just get right into it. Yeah. It's time for the Whirlwind Week in Review. We've got to get that worked out so you don't crash into the door. I don't know what to.
Well, I want to be centered in the thing. I guess I could just move the whole rig a little bit this way. Next time.
A smidge to the right. Yeah. Just that much. Okay, wow. So, the big story that I was going to lead with 2 hours ago is all of a sudden not the big story that I'm going to lead with because there's a bigger story tonight.
What happened? What happened?
So tonight was supposed to be the final games of round 1 of the NBA playoffs.
Okay.
Those have been canceled. The players are refusing to play. It started with the Milwaukee Bucks this afternoon. They were 30 minutes late coming out onto the court, and then reporters heard that they weren't going to come out after all, and then they heard the same thing from the opposing team. That was followed by the Toronto Raptors and Boston Celtics deciding they weren't going to play, and has been rounded out by the rest of the playoff games that were supposed to be played tonight. It also seems to have bled over to the WNBA. No WNBA games will be played tonight, and to Major League Baseball. The Milwaukee Brewers canceled their game with the Cincinnati Reds. The Seattle Mariners will be doing the same thing later this evening. This all stems from the, I've lost count, shooting of an unarmed black man in Kenosha, Wisconsin yesterday, or 2 days ago.
Yes. He's
2 days ago.
Paralyzed.
Yes, he was shot in the back 7 times by the police officer while checking on his children in his car. So what happened was, in case you haven't heard.
That's it. All right. Have a good show, Mark. I'm out. I'm going to go destroy the world. That's it.
Yeah, that's kind of what it felt like yesterday.
Done. That's it. I'm done.
That is.
I'm sorry. That is what the.
That is what it felt like yesterday.
Sorry.
So
sorry,
if you haven't,
sorry, please.
If you haven't heard, a man was trying to break up a fight between 2 of his female family members at their residence. The police were called. The police arrived. The man left the fight because he had left his kids in his car. He went out to check on them. The police demanded that he stop. He did not, and so they grabbed onto his shirt and shot him 7 times in the back. I guess because they felt threatened by the back of somebody's head. But yeah, whatever. I'm tired of dealing with that. So anyway, word came out today that he is now paralyzed from the waist down. The officers involved in the shooting, as far as I know, are still on the force and are still being paid.
You gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me.
According to the information I have at this moment, that is what is happening. So in response to that, and this is kind of, I guess, this kind of started building yesterday. Fred VanVleet of the Toronto Raptors was kind of the first one to speak up and say, look, man, I don't think we should be playing these games with this going on. And I guess that kind of caught fire with the rest of the players, and they decided today that they will not be playing tonight's round of playoff games. I don't know how long it's going to last. I don't know how long it will last. I don't know if the plan is to just skip over these games or to postpone them or what. But I think the important thing is they don't really care. I mean, they feel like there's something larger going on here, and that's what they've decided to roll with. And honestly, I'm proud of them.
No, dude, not to interrupt you.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
No, what you said. I mean, I heard about the incident. All I heard was I saw a black man shot, paralyzed from waist down. I was like, man, I mean, I've been sick like the last 4 or 5 days, so I was like out of it, and I didn't see it. And then getting folks, that was an honest reaction from me. I wasn't playing up for camera. And if anything, that was a subdued reaction from me because my father has asked me not to cuss, and I'm gonna do my best not to.
First my dad, now you're dead? Wow.
Your dad asked me not to cuss?
Well, remember, like, a few weeks ago, he's like, man, Ken is really good, but he swears a lot.
Cut him off. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Pops. When I say Pops, that's plural. Your dad, my dad.
Yes.
I'm from now. We'll make a concerted effort to be best, like Melania says.
God.
No, but hearing these details that you just said, they make it. If like half of me is, you know what, nothing's going to change. The other half of me is enraged and then feels something again because what these athletes have done. What you just told me what these athletes have done. I don't care if they play tomorrow or if they wait a week. The fact that I love the fact that they are not playing, so people cannot, just like what happened with George Floyd. The reason why
people cannot look away.
Agree why it was on, because it's the only thing on.
Right.
By them taking the game, by them not playing the games, it means you have to focus on this matter. And I think that is brilliant by them. Like, that was brilliant by them.
Yes.
Because I am tired of black men in this country being shot for no good reason. 7 times in the back. Yeah. That police officer needs to be thrown in jail for 25 years. Like, to me, that's attempted manslaughter or attempted murder. I almost want to cry because of what those players have done, because that's big. And I hope that this is a trend going forward. That, you know what, white people, you in your bubble, in your comfortable little bubble where you have white suburbia, because Trump made that law where the blacks can't move to suburbs anymore, so you can keep your nice houses, white people. I mean, he didn't say that in his tweet, but we pretty much knew what code was for what he was saying. Yeah. But anyway, I'm just amazed that this. I'm not amazed. I'm so glad that it's one thing to kneel at the national anthem. This is the next step. Yes. You know what this hurts? This hurts pocketbooks.
That's right.
This hurts white people with money. And when you I've said it 1,000 times. You hurt white people with money, they will make a law. That's when they do something. Opioids weren't a crisis until some senator's kid OD'd.
That's right.
DUIs weren't a problem. You know, none of that stuff's a problem until somebody big gets hit.
Yeah. And then it's an issue.
So,
and then we have to do something about it because it's a crisis. Yeah.
Because no one cares about the poors.
No.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
According to sources on Twitter, NBA players have only previously refused to play a game one time, and that was during the 70s. During the 70s, and it had to do with somebody not wanting to play against black players, so they decided not to take the court that night, and that's the only other time this has happened. So.
Oh my God.
I you know what? I think we talked about this, right? We said that as soon as sports came back, people would start paying attention. People would stop paying attention. Yeah. And we were largely right. And I think that what the players have figured out is that they're not hapless pawns anymore. They've realized that, like yes, the owners own teams and they own stadiums and they have contracts and they have sponsors, but without players, there's no product and they don't get paid.
Yeah, exactly.
And they finally seem to have figured that out.
And it takes everybody, the unity of these players. It's not just 1 or 2 players not playing, because then they'll still play the game, and then they'll be pariahs, and you don't care about your brothers, you don't care about your team. But the fact that the players shut the league down. Right. That I hope they understand. It was just like us talking about with the college kids. And about when I think Missouri or something like that sued to get paid or something like that.
Oh, it was Northwestern sued to get paid. They sued to form a union. And
yes, that's right.
They initially won.
But it probably went to a higher court and got dismissed or something.
Yes. But yeah,
because that's rich people won't let it go. But I'm so glad the players have realized that they hold power here.
And really,
like,
it's one thing to do this in basketball, where the team sizes are pretty small. Like you got 12 guys on a team plus coaches. But for it to spread to Major League Baseball, which has more players, if this spreads to the NFL,
that's the key.
We may actually get some serious change here. Yeah,
that's the key, because I don't care what all these white people say about I'm not watching NFL anymore. Yes, you will, because you love it. You love it. All your whole life is it's revolved around NFL. You watch the draft. You listen. Football's only on for 4 months. The other 8 months, you're just sitting there salivating for give me football news. Oh, there's a trade. Oh, I love it. Oh, precious, my precious.
There is a radio station and a TV network devoted to a sport that only plays games 4 months out of the year, right? You can't tell me that you won't watch football. You will. You will.
You might not watch a game, or maybe you're racist enough to not watch a season, but you'll come back.
You will come back.
They always come back, Mark. They always come back.
If you play it, they will come. That's how that's how the NFL works.
These cops, and I'm tired of these cops. All right, you know what? I've seen this whole thing about there's a lot more good cops than are bad. What I've been seeing, there's a lot more bad cops than there are good cops.
Here's the problem.
They need to get rid of that thin blue line shit. They need to start.
Here's the we let our dads down. I got it.
Sorry, I've been doing good.
Here's the problem with the good cop, bad cop theory, right? There may be more cops that don't actively do these horrible things than there are bad cops, and I absolutely believe that part is true. The problem is when the bad apples do these things and the good cops just stand around and do nothing and say nothing and defend. Well, maybe there was a reason that makes you bad cops. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
It makes you bad people because these are the same organizations that come into the communities of the people that they are killing and tell them, if you see someone in your neighborhood dealing drugs, assaulting somebody, you have to tell us, or else you're just as bad as they are. Well, how come that logic doesn't apply to you?
Exactly. Right? 100%. You hit the net, like nail, hit the net, boom, right on the head of the nail. Like, this is
how come that doesn't apply to you? Yeah.
It's that double standard. The police are a racist organization. That's how they started off. The police are here to protect capitalism. That's who they serve and protect. Capitalism. They protect property. They protect rich white people. And they fund themselves off the poor people.
And in case people think that that's an exaggeration, there have been Supreme Court cases that pretty much established that the police do not have a duty to protect you. They don't. They're not required to do that. Even though that's their mission statement, they're not actually required to do that. Do you remember what was there have been so many of these things. The school shooting in Florida, where the guy
Parkland?
Yes. Where the security guard ran out of the building instead of running into the building. The
good guy with a gun, Barney Fife.
Exactly. The reason he can't be prosecuted for that is because he has no duty to protect you. He's not required to protect you. So he walks out, and more kids die, and yet we always hear about how police are heroes. I don't understand why is it so hard for us to accept that the police are no more virtuous or no more evil than the rest of society. Like they're not. They're not.
They're humans.
Exactly. And the same flaws that are in us are in them. Putting on a badge does not make them superhuman.
Exactly. It's not like they get the badge and then drink an elixir like Black Panther.
Exactly.
And they get they don't get the Black Panther power, the police powers.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad that they don't, because I don't want a bunch of super soldiers running around. It's horrible, man. Like,
yeah, we'd need that.
You're 100% right, Mark. Everything you said, all I can do is just say, I just want to, I can't add anything, because you pretty much took all my ideas and you said everything is, these cops, and if I was a cop, I would have the least amount of arrests. I would let a lot of people go. I would be the cop back in the 50s that followed you home, or took you home for a DUI. As long as it's not your 10th one, or you got in an accident. That's what I do. I think you can get through to somebody by treating them like a human. I think that's how you change. But if you treat them like a dog, and don't be surprised when they bite at you. And I just want to say, when it comes to that, by the police.
Oh. He froze up there. Hang on. What happened? Saying
Is it
important
me?
things.
Is it my fault?
Okay, you're back. You're back. I don't know what happened there. You just froze.
It's probably mine. It's funny, you froze on mine. It's my tablet.
Somewhere in the cross contamination, maybe it got messed up. But yeah, okay. Repeat what you were saying.
Okay, what I was saying was, cops. When it comes to cops, are making themselves less safe by not self-policing themselves. By the good cops not taking the bad cops aside and being like, look, can't do this. They're making themselves unsafe. Because what's going to happen is what happened in Dallas, I believe it was 2 or 3 years ago, when that guy got tired of it, and he started taking cops out. I think he killed 3 of them or something during the night. He was just going around popping cops. And
that was the guy that they ended up catching in the parking garage with the robot. Yeah.
And I think you can only push people so far. And with the Black Lives Matter protests that just happened, people have had enough. And thank you, NBA. Thank you, athletes, for doing this. And because they can't punish all of you. They can't do it. They won't do it.
No. If it's one thing that we've learned, the public has no appetite to watch amateurs play sports. Okay?
No.
We tried that. We tried that. It's called the XFL. It's called the XFL. It's called the XFL. They failed twice. It's called the USFL. They failed. Nobody wants to see that.
The AAF or whatever it was.
Yeah, the ABA, the AHL, nobody wants to see it.
It's no one's gonna if someone's gonna give you Cristal for 4 months of the year, you're not gonna go drinking Old Style when you got Cristal coming. This ain't gonna happen.
Right.
I'm just saying but I'm just happy. I'm so proud of these athletes for standing up for someone they don't know. And athletes have been ridiculed.
Someone they don't know.
They have been ridiculed by people for when they get their money and they get out of the hood.
Mm-hmm.
And they get ridiculed for, why don't you come back and help us out and put money into it? And of course in America, so it's not my problem. It's not my job to fix you. I work hard for this.
Right.
I'm glad that they got that little bit out of them. That we can't. It's our responsibility as people, athletes. You're the new lords of our feudal system.
Yeah.
You're not the kings and queens, but you are the lords of the land. Kids look up to you. People look up to you.
Right.
Like people that I don't know, I watch them throw a ball, put a ball in the hoop, or kick it, and it brings me joy, or it makes me sad. I get real emotions out of people I don't know.
Right.
And the fact that they're taking this platform and using it for good, it's the most beautiful thing. I want more of it. I want more of it.
So just I'm gonna move on after this, but just as a side note to this, the other component of this story is that yesterday or last night in Kenosha, there was a protest against the police.
Yeah.
And a 17-year-old white kid drove in from Illinois with a long gun and shot protesters. He killed 2 of them, and he was captured.
Done.
He was.
Go on.
Yeah. I mean, that's he was captured today, and the irony is, if you watch the tape, because somebody is recording everything at this point. If you watch the video from the protest, he can clearly be seen on video standing between protesters and the police. He fires the gun, shoots somebody, runs off. People go chasing after him. He falls down. He shoots at them. They chase him some more, and now you start hearing police sirens, right?
Sirens. Okay.
And so the police are coming by, and the bystanders are shouting and pointing at the guy. That's the guy. That's the guy. And the cops drive right past. Boom, gone. So this is where we are right now, right?
Oh, why did I have to pick today? Why did I have to pick that? Why did I have to pick that be better?
They just.
You know why? Because he was white boy.
I mean, I didn't want to say that, but.
No, I say that. He's a white boy. If he was brown, he was any shade of brown.
If he was any shade of brown, and he had shown up with a gun, he would have been shot.
He doesn't get the second shot off. I'll tell you that much. He doesn't probably get the first one off.
He didn't get the first one off because he immediately gets arrested. Even if that gun is legal.
No, he doesn't get arrested. He gets shot because he has a gun.
Exactly.
He's not arrested. He has about 5 cops unload clips on him. And what's with exactly. All right, one last thing. What's with why are cops unloading clips?
I don't know, dude. I don't know. I don't know. I'm
so tired.
It's pretty easy not
if you're that scared.
Fire your semi-automatic 7 times. It's not an automatic. It's not like you hold the trigger. You don't hold the trigger down and it fires 7 times. You have to pull the trigger 7 times. And it takes 5 pounds of pressure to pull the trigger every single time. And as a person who has in his lifetime fired a gun, it is very easy not to fire 7 times in a row. Very easy.
Yeah. And these cops ain't arrested. The public is not going to stand for this.
I don't even think they've been suspended yet. So,
take away.
I don't know.
Cops. Take away their guns. Just like we said in the NFL about take away the helmets.
Take away the helmets.
And get the pads down and make the pads less. Still get like some kind of like a futuristic shoulder pad. Some padding. But get rid of the helmets. If you watch Aussie Rules football, which is amazing, they knock what they do. I've never seen so many formed tackles.
They actually tackle people,
and it's beautiful.
Yes.
And I'll say this: cops take away their guns, so they have. If English cops can do it, they should give them muskets. Give the cops muskets.
Here's the thing, right? Part of the reason why the police in America feel they need to be armed like soldiers is because the civilians are armed like soldiers. That doesn't happen in other countries.
No. There's no reason for an American citizen to own an AR-15 or AK-47. There's no reason. No. It is not for protection, and it's not.
No.
I always said this, okay? If I want to meet people selling gun control, like my first idea was, all right, all those military rifles, every town has a armory, like the National Guard. And to go into the thing of the Second Amendment, like a well-regulated militia, like you can buy it and have it, but not at your house. You take it to the armory, you check it in. It has all your information on it.
To the militia.
They see you checking in and stuff. Yeah. To the because like South Bend's armory is like over by Rum Village, I believe. Do something like that as a start. So I think you can still have the gun, but it's kept safe away. I know people like the government. Oh, they're taking away our guns. It's still yours. You got to prove to them, like, and then slowly, since it's not in their house, I don't know.
So
I'm beside myself, angry.
I've had these discussions a lot, and I hate them, and I don't have them anymore. But what I would do if I was responsible for gun control, I would throw out all the other gun control rules and have these two rules. One, you must be 18 years of age to own a gun. No exceptions.
Okay.
Two, you must have insurance. And if somebody gets shot, you're the one that gets sued.
Yeah.
And your insurance company has to pay whoever was shot for whatever happened. And let the actuaries figure out how much insurance for that gun's going to cost you.
That's free market. That's free market capitalism right there.
Exactly. Let the market decide. Let the market decide.
Hey. I mean, I think Republicans think the free market can fix all our woes. It'll fix gun control.
You can have as many guns as you want.
Many guns as you want.
I don't care. But you have to have, each one of them has to have insurance. And
right there.
If somebody gets shot with one, your insurance company has to deal with it.
You're on. Yeah. Oh, I love it. That's simple.
Easy.
That's simple. And you know what? Insurance companies would do it.
Of course, they would make so much money off of that.
They would make so much bank. They'd make so much bank.
They would make a killing off of that.
Oh, Mark, move on to the next thing. They'd make a killing, Mark. Come on. You should be ashamed of yourself. Yeah, they'd make a killing. Wow.
I was almost as good as my Messi joke from yesterday. Anyway, so the news I was going to start with before I was usurped by the more important news. Huge news out of Barcelona yesterday, Ken. Following Barcelona's 8-2 embarrassment elimination from the Champions League by future champions Bayern Munich, Leo Messi has requested to leave Barcelona Football Club, the club he has been with since he was 8 years old?
Or something like that.
Yeah. He's been there 20 years. And now he wants out. And I've got to be honest with you, I did not see this coming.
No. I knew there was unrest, but I figured it was just fire the coach. But it's actually the president. The president of Barcelona they don't like.
Yes, and apparently, according to somebody he talked to, it's the entire board. He apparently said the culture that the board has produced there is toxic, and he doesn't want to be there.
I say this: Barcelona should have won 2 more Champions Leagues at least.
Easily.
The reason they didn't. The reason they did it because the board had become lackadaisical because they have Leo Messi.
Yes.
They have become. It's like it's taking your hot girlfriend for granted. You somehow got the hottest, smartest, like the best. Like imagine your best woman you could ever think of, and she loves you, and you just take her for granted. You don't return her text. You don't take her out to eat. She still says I love you, and she stays with you, and you just blow her off and just say, she's gonna be with me forever. She loves me, and then one day you get the Dear John letter.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like.
This comes one day after Luis Suarez was told by management he has no future at the club. So after I think they let go of Suarez, thinking they would keep Messi, and now they have none of them, and they are in serious trouble right now. They are a disaster in the making.
Oh yeah, well,
because the exodus from that club, once Messi's gone, is going to be unbelievable.
Oh, it's just like United when Ronaldo left. I mean, not just like it because Ronaldo, he was only there, like, we had him for like a year of his prime, and then he went to Real Madrid. But it's still, when he left, like that last year he was with us, the offense was kick it to Ronaldo, and then he'll decide to either pass to someone or score a goal. And we got reliant on that. But Ferguson understood, when he left, we got that money, and we bought Valencia, and we bought we bought wingers trying to find that guy. And it took us 2-3 years. I forget who we ended up getting in there. I want to say maybe it was Martial. No, it wasn't Martial. It was way too.
No, not yet.
It was way too later on. But anyways, I forget who it was. Like Nani did. He did come in and he was good for a while. Like he had a 4-year stint where he was good there. But anyways, Ferguson understood because he's had superstars leave United. He understood they're not going to be there forever. So you have to be prepared to replace them.
Right.
Barcelona's not prepared to replace Leo Messi. They're not even close.
Nope.
You take Messi out. It was just like, remember United a couple years back, take De Gea out, and we are a 12th, 13th place
You're
team.
an average team without him. Yeah.
Yeah. We're nowhere even close to Champions League, not even close to Europa League. We are a bottom of, I'd say, 15th, 14th place without De Gea.
Yeah.
I mean, he won the Player of the Year 3 times in a row. And Messi, he wins everything.
Yes.
They're not prepared. They don't have his heir apparent there.
No, they don't. They do not. And the other thing that they have that's not going to help them is their star players are all over 30. Messi, Suarez, Sergio Busquets is 33, Gerard Piqué is 34, Jordi Alba's 34. All of the big names, with the exception of Antoine Griezmann and probably who's that last guy? Dembele that I just got there.
Yeah.
Everybody else they have is over 30, and they're not prepared to replace them at all. They're
only
a disaster in the making. Yes. And to add insult to all that injury, Ken. So Philippe Coutinho was on loan at Bayern Munich from Barcelona because apparently Barcelona thought he couldn't hack it there. So they loaned him out to Bayern Munich thinking, we'll never see this guy again. It's not going to be that big of a deal. Unfortunately,
I love it.
They played Bayern Munich in the Champions League and were defeated. And apparently, in the sale contract from Liverpool to Barcelona, it is stated that if Philippe Coutinho wins the Champions League within 2 years of being at Barcelona has to pay Liverpool 4 million euros. So Barcelona.
How would you get that in the contract, dude?
Barcelona has to pay Liverpool 4 million euros for a player that defeated them, knocking them out of the Champions League.
Oh, that's a great business. I don't know how did that get in the contract?
I don't know. I don't know why you would sign that. I don't know why you would sign that.
Who thinks of putting that in there?
What I think it was is like Liverpool was like, okay, well, we want 140 million, and Barcelona was like, okay, look, we'll give you 130, and then if he wins the Champions League, which I didn't think he would do, if he wins the Champions League, then we'll pay you more money.
And they didn't.
Liverpool's like,
yes. They didn't put in there. And Barcelona messed up by not having it say he has to win the Champions League with Barcelona. It's just win the Champions League.
Exactly.
That is the brilliance of it. Well played, sir. Well played.
I'll bet you Liverpool's lawyers are looking at that going, you sign that right now, because that's exactly what you want.
That's like such a joke clause. Like, I hope that Liverpool management just gives them the bonus, like gives them the £4 million. You know what I mean?
Right? I know. So we have back in the day. Back in the day before it was frowned on. We used to have a beer clause in our contracts at work, right? So,
what?
Well, because often, like, what happens, you produce a set of plans and a big old spec book, right? And the contractor never reads the spec book. So somewhere in the spec book, in one of the sections, we would always say, at such and such a stage of the work, the contractor is to provide one case of beer of the architect's recommendation to the architect, right? And only once did I ever have a contractor go to me, what kind of beer do you want? Only one time.
That's awesome.
So he was the only one that ever read the spec book.
Why am I hearing about this only for the first time right now? That is a great story.
Apparently it's frowned upon. They don't want you to do that sort of thing, I guess.
That's hilarious, man. I love it. I love that, man. That's chef's kiss.
Congrats to Liverpool on just a masterful. Whoever wrote that in there, just
whoever. That's just wow.
Brilliant.
That's easy money,
amazing.
Baby.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Champions League, Ken. The Champions League is over. We have a winner. Bayern Munich defeated Paris Saint-Germain 1-0 in the Champions League final on the Sunday. Not the firecracker of the game people were expecting. There are actually quite a few chances. Neuer made some really great saves. Keylor Navas did. But when it came down to the end, Bayern Munich is a team, and PSG is a bunch of mercenaries. And if the ball's not if the ball's not at Neymar or Mbappe's feet, they don't have a chance.
Yeah, no, that's 100% correct. Right.
Yeah, that's kind of the way it rolled out.
And what you said was like that's why City haven't won it yet. That's why PSG haven't won it yet. Mercenaries don't win championships. They'll win their league. They'll win their league, but there are historic teams like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Barcelona. They are teams. These are teams with great academies and great veterans.
Yes.
Veterans that came from their academy that demand a certain level of respect for the club.
Right.
And you don't get that. You're not. Neymar doesn't give a shit about PSG. He didn't grow up saying, "I can't wait to play for Paris."
No one's ever said that.
No. Yeah. No one said that. Ronaldo didn't wait. Oh, I can't wait to play for Manchester City one day. No one said that. So that's why they haven't won. Because when it going gets tough, they fold. Like unless they get on the front foot and put 2 goals past you right away and start feeling good. If you like, Liverpool's found out against City. You stick them in the mouth, you hang in there, and just you play your football. You can beat them.
Yeah.
And that's why Liverpool has had it. That's why Klopp has had such a great record against Guardiola. Because he's like, he's not scared of anybody. Like I love what he said when the second leg of Barcelona 2 years ago when you won the Champions League. If we are to fail, I hope we fail in the most beautiful way possible.
Yes.
And,
yes.
Like as a man, if I'm a player, I'm running through a brick wall, brother. I mean, ain't nothing gonna stop. Like you're giving me permission. We're down 4 goals to just go out there, go after it.
Jurgen Klopp turned Dejan Lovren into a championship center back. Okay, let that sink in for a minute.
Yeah, exactly.
So
I mean,
the big story out of the Champions League victory for Bayern, Ken, Alphonso Davies,
wow,
Canadian kid.
What a man! What a man!
Born in a refugee camp, moved to Canada when he was very, very young. Grew up Canadian, playing football in Edmonton. Was picked up by the Vancouver Whitecaps, and I think the number is 17 months ago. 17 months ago,
in Vancouver,
he was in Vancouver. He was picked up by Bayern Munich for what was at that time an MLS record transfer fee for anyone that age, for anyone under the age of like 21. Went to Bayern Munich, and people were like, okay, in a couple years, he might have a starting spot in the midfield at Bayern Munich, but he's not going to be a great player. He's just going to be a good European player.
I would say that they probably thought in a couple of years he might be a squad player where he'll get the odd game and he'll come on as a substitute. I don't think anyone saw. Well, no, they saw it because you don't pay a record fee for a guy. Their scouting department saw something in Alphonso Davies that no one else saw because he was right there for the plucking. Any team could have bought him.
Anybody could have, and nobody did until Bayern showed up.
Those German and people get pissed off at Bayern. I mean, I wish the German league had a little bit more parity. But you know what? But there's any team in Germany could have signed him.
That was a Dortmund level scouting job that Bayern did on him.
I mean, how did he not end up at Dortmund?
I don't know. But so he goes there.
That's why Bayern Munich wins championships.
Yeah. So he goes there. He starts out at left midfield. There's some injuries on the back line. They move him to left back, and within 2 months of him moving to left back, he's displaced David Alaba, who's now playing center back and is not particularly good at it. Yeah, he's displaced David Alaba. He's a team favorite. He's started every significant game since that point, and he's now a Champions League winner. In his first year at Bayern Munich.
He's 19 years old, man.
He's 19 years old.
19 years old.
That's crazy.
He's 19. I think Pulisic's either 20 or 21. The fact that Canada and the United States we have these two players that are young players that are. I mean, say what you want about Pulisic. What he did after coming back from injury at Chelsea to fight in that squad with all kinds of talent to force his way in to the starting 11 and get the goals that he did. He gave Liverpool the championship. It was Pulisic's goal, Chelsea against City, that won you guys the league. And not that you guys wouldn't have won it anyways, you know what I'm saying. But I love that. I love that America and Canada. With those guys, if we can put people around those guys, man, we might be able to take Mexico. One of us might be able to take Mexico.
There's another Canadian guy on his way up, Jonathan David. He's a center forward, and he's about to make a transfer to Germany as well. Also, Weston McKennie, the American.
Schalke.
The word is he is only days away from a transfer to Juventus.
To Juventus?
Apparently, Schalke. I guess Schalke got relegated, so they're in desperate need of funds. So
Schalke got
Weston
relegated?
McKinney's sale.
I didn't know that.
Something is going on there as to why they're in desperate need of cash, and so his Juventus is picking him up for 15 million or something.
Only 15 million?
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
But I think finally, America and Canada have figured out how to develop world-class players. And it's
give them
it's
to other
exciting.
people.
It's exciting to
Give
see
them
these
away.
guys. It's exciting
Blossom.
to see these guys blossom in Europe.
Oh, it's in the fact. Oh, there's another guy, Giovanni.
Oh,
man, his dad was a good. He's at Dortmund. There's another American
plays
at
at Dortmund.
Dortmund coming up.
Giovanni Reina.
Ramos. Reina. Yeah, Reina. That's it. I thought it was Ramos. But yeah, Giovanni Reina. So that's a 17-year-old coming up through Dortmund. It's like, this is why I loved Dortmund back before Pulisic and stuff. It was Marco Reus that got me on and when they had Mats Hummels and you know that, and when Mario Götze was there before he went to Munich.
Hummels,
that was my
Götze, Marco Reus, and Robert Lewandowski all at the same time. Yeah.
Oh,
that was ridiculous.
I'd give anything for Robert Lewandowski. Can you imagine? If you put him on United or Liverpool, you're guaranteed the championship. He'll get you 20 goals.
Yep.
I stand that.
He scored 39 this year.
In all comps?
No, in league play.
I've got 25 goals in league play.
Oh, is it 25? Okay, yeah, 39 in all. 39 in all comps.
Not that I'm giving away something. I'm just. I know it's kind of weird for me to have that. I look down and I get that number right away.
That statistic at hand? No, you're prepared. Yeah.
I just wrote it. I wrote it down for some reason.
That's what we do here. We just drop knowledge that no one else knows.
That's what we do. That's what we do. You come. The people come here first. Not ESPN, not Sky Sports, and the Mark Show, baby.
And finally, Chelsea is employing the Real Madrid strategy of we're gonna buy up everyone so they can't be on your team. Just a couple months after, you're frozen again. That's bad. Hang on. Right, there you are.
Is that me?
All right.
Okay.
Yes. So
sorry, that's my tablet's messing up. Sorry.
That's fine. Chelsea is employing the Real Madrid strategy of let's buy up all the players so they can't play for you. About 6 weeks after purchasing Timo Werner, they have raided Bayer Leverkusen and apparently are sealing the deal for Kai Havertz. They picked up Thiago Silva on a free today
from PSG.
Yep.
Oh my God.
And it's apparently like two other players that they're in the process of bringing into Chelsea. That they must have like 70 players now. I don't know where these guys are going to play. I have no idea where they're going to play.
They're going out on loan.
I guess so.
You know what? I feel bad. Chelsea, I mean, I know they want to go back, get farther in the Champions League. It's about winning titles. And I don't blame them for, the transfer ban, and they've had a year to save up money and then go after it. I don't blame them, but I'm disappointed because what about what is it? Mason Mount, Tammy Abraham.
Yep.
I forget some of their young stars.
Pulisic.
They're young.
When Kai Havertz comes in, who loses his spot? It's Pulisic, right?
Yeah.
That's the position he plays.
I mean, I don't get it. I mean,
I don't know.
Unless they're, I mean, Pulisic, Abraham, Mount, and some of those other guys, they're going to go to the bench and they're going to be squad players. Yeah. And I think after them having a year tasting starting football, they're going to be put me out on loan somewhere because I'd rather be starting and playing than sitting on the bench here.
That's not going to go
And also, Chelsea, Willian went to Arsenal.
Yes.
What is it with Arsenal getting old Chelsea players?
On a free, right? Because his contract was up at Chelsea. Yeah. Hey, man.
I like Willian.
So do I. I think he's.
I think
he's a lot better than what they have. But yeah, I mean, he must have known that the writing was on the wall at Chelsea, because Chelsea has a better chance at Champions League success than Arsenal does at this point. So why would you go to Arsenal if you could stay at Chelsea and play? He must have known that he wasn't going to get time at Chelsea.
Yeah, I mean, that's one I think of. Like, Willian, I want to say, man, dude, like, I think he's going to actually be a good player for Arsenal. He is sneaky. He is sneaky good. Like,
yes,
he's not lackadaisical. He's not. No, it's not a bad word. He's sneaky. He's sneaky. You don't expect. He's very unassuming, but he finds the right pass or he scores the wonder goal. Like, Willian. I would have got him because I know for 90 minutes I'm going to get the best Willian as I possibly can. Yeah. He doesn't get injured. I mean, he knows how to save his body. He knows how to turn it on. Like, I just love Willian. I thought that's
a good pickup for Arsenal.
Oh yeah.
One last thing, NHL playoffs are still going on. We're into round 2. We started the playoffs with 6 Canadian teams. We now have 1 left. 5 of them were eliminated. One was eliminated in the play-in round, and 4 were eliminated in round 1. The Vancouver Canucks are the only team left.
The team left.
Yes. The Maple Leafs, who had played really well all season, imploded in the first round. They became the first team in NHL playoff history to lose to win a game, to lose a game after being up by 3 goals in the third period, and follow that by winning a game after being down by 3 goals in the last 3 minutes of the game. And then they lost game 5 and were eliminated. That was crazy. The Calgary Flames were supposed to be the best Canadian team in the competition. They were eliminated unceremoniously. The Edmonton Oilers didn't even make the playoffs. They were eliminated by the Blackhawks in the play-in round, and the Blackhawks were the worst. These playoffs were engineered so the Blackhawks could make it into the playoffs because they were awful all season. So the only Canadian team left now, the Vancouver Canucks, playing the first place Las Vegas Golden Knights. They got blown out 5-0 in game 1, but they came back and won game 2, 5-2. So the series is tied at 1, and we'll see where this goes.
Hey, you know what Vancouver needs to do? They need to go in the Wayback Machine and get Pavel Bure, the Russian Rocket. I try to work in Pavel as many times as I can.
Yes, and I commend you for that. The cool thing about this Vancouver team is that they are just too young to realize that they're not supposed to win these games. I
love those teams.
They're in that sweet spot.
Yeah, I love those teams. I love it. You don't know any better. You're just playing. They're playing their hearts out, and they're. You know what?
Yeah.
That's all I want for my team. Go out there and just play your heart out.
Right.
Win, lose, or draw. That's the thing. Like, whenever it comes down to a team, your team, and they don't give the effort at the end, even though they might be blown out, that just eats at you. It's not the 40-0 loss in a football game. It's when they give up. It's like, ooh, don't give up.
Right. All right. I think that's going to do it for this week's Whirlwind Week in Review.
I forgot to move it over. That's my bad. I mentioned it, but I forgot to.
We'll get it next week. Time. It's fine. Yeah.
Sorry, folks.
So instead of love and hate it, kid, quickly, I thought what we would do, since the football season is over, we would go through and create our starting 11 All-Stars from the players that played in the European Premier Leagues this season. Okay. So you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
I say I'll go first, but I'll do my defense, and you can do your defense.
All right.
You want to do it that way, or want me to get my whole team?
No, we'll do defense, midfield,
Okay.
attackers.
All right. First off, let me start. I went with a 3-4-3 as my formation.
Okay.
My goalkeeper. This first one, I hate even saying these names. My goalkeeper is Allison for Liverpool FC.
Yes.
The first defender is Trent Alexander-Arnold for Liverpool FC. My second defender is Virgil van Dijk for Liverpool FC. And my last defender is Alphonso Davies, Bayern Munich.
Yes. Wow. That I don't know how we managed to do this, but we have much of the same defense. So
Really?
My formation was a 4-3-3 this year.
Okay.
So my goalkeeper was Allison of Liverpool FC. My right back, Trent Alexander-Arnold, number 66. I don't know that there was a better right back in European football this season. Say it again?
No, there wasn't.
Yeah.
There wasn't. There was not a better. I mean, his service, when he serves a ball into the box, it's like, I mean, there should be angels. It should have like a godly light come out of the sky, and
it really should. It really should.
I could score a goal in the EPL with Trick
from a service.
He would just put it right on my head. I wouldn't have to move. I just be like, boing.
My first center back, Virgil van Dijk of Liverpool FC.
Gotcha.
I mean, I think right now, name a better defender. I can't.
No, can't.
I can't.
I want to. I really want to, but I can't.
My second center back, the man we both love to hate, Ken, Sergio Ramos. I mean, the guy had a great year again, and he's like 35 years old, and it doesn't seem to matter. He just keeps going.
He has been consistent these last 10 years of his, or at least 6 years.
Yeah,
it's been the same football. It's been the same football. Yeah, there's been no dip. There's been this.
None.
It's like he took like a pill that stopped his body. Yes. And time gone. Like he's playing the same hard ball, going after it. I mean, he's part of the reason why Real Madrid won the league.
Yes. Yeah. I think when his skill finally declines, it'll just be a cliff. Like he's not going to fade. He's not going to fade down. He's just going to drop off a cliff, and we don't know when that is.
It'll be like James.
Same
thing with James Milner. Same thing with James Milner. It's just because they're so good. They're so good and so steady that it's just going to be like 1 year. It's going to be like, it's going to be like Chuck Knobloch when he forgot how to throw the ball at first base.
Yes.
And he just retired.
Yes.
It's like it'll be like, what happened to you, Chucky?
My left back, like you, Alphonso Davies. I mean, I watched him play this year because I got to watch a lot of Bundesliga, and man, I got to say, if we swapped Andy Robertson for Alphonso Davies, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at that.
No, that's it. That's actually, I've called the Queen, and that is an illegal move. That cannot happen.
Andy's Scottish. He doesn't believe in your queen.
He's a I would say Alphonso Davies at this point, he's $150 million player at 19.
I think you might be right.
Because he can play fullback and left wing.
Yeah, I mean, he's you remember when Tottenham sold Gareth Bale to Real Madrid?
Yeah, I did.
Alphonso Davies is Gareth Bale at that age that can play defense.
I was thinking the same thing, but I was going to say Alphonso Davies is like Gareth Bale, but the opposite, because Bale started off as a fullback and then got converted into the winger, and Davies started off as a winger,
but the other way,
and got converted to fullback. I mean, it's the same. Yeah, when we were talking about him earlier, I was going to say that, but I was like, I'm gonna bring up Tottenham.
All right, midfield. What do you got?
Okay, midfield. I got 4 in the midfield.
All right.
My first one is Jadon Sancho. For Bayern, not Bayern Munich, probably for Bayern Munich soon. No, for Borussia Dortmund.
Yes.
He is the only player besides Lionel Messi to score double-digit goals and have double-digit assists this season.
Yes.
My midfield is 2 in the midfield. Kevin De Bruyne for Manchester City.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I hate to put him there, I mean, he's magic. He always produces. He is
really
one of the most competitive. He's one of the most competitive people that, if not for Kevin De Bruyne, when they don't have him, City is a way lesser team.
Yes, they are. Yeah. Yeah.
He's taken over that. He's that role of oh damn it, why can't I remember his name? The defender, bald head defender, the Belgian. Just left. He's the captain.
Vincent Kompany.
Vincent Kompany. He's not as loud as him, but he has that competitiveness and that drive. I think he's taken over that role. And
he's a redhead, right? So when he gets mad, his face is all like bright red, and you can tell.
It just matches his hair.
It matches his hair. It's perfect.
Oh, that's just mean. Now, no surprise here, but my other midfielder, Bruno Fernandes. I mean, that guy. Talk about just something that made, like, in these horrible times of COVID, pandemics and police shootings and politics, Bruno Fernandes brought me joy. Yeah. And I'm being serious. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to get a laugh. He brought me, honest to God, joy. Like, I felt it in my heart.
He absolutely changed the direction of that team. Once he got there, your team completely turned around. Everybody started playing up to their level. Paul Pogba was talking about leaving, and now he's talking about signing an extension. That's a complete 180 in 4 months.
You know why? Because Bruno Fernandes came in and started blowing up, and they started being like, "All right, Pogba, if you want to go,
we don't need you." He's like, "What?
And one thing,
hang on a second."
Paul Pogba cannot stand is all of a sudden being like, "Oh, you don't need. Well, I'll show you need me." It's like, thanks, Paul. Thanks for giving your all now. Really, because now he has someone on the field he has to play better than, and that makes Paul better.
Yes.
I mean, that's right. I mean, if anyone were to disagree with me on that's why Paul Pogba is only staying and playing better, that's totally down to Bruno Fernandes. Then if it's not that, then it's a lie.
Yeah.
I mean, oh God, I love him. I'd kiss him on the mouth. I'd let him kiss me on the mouth. And just to fit him in here, I know he's not a midfielder, but I believe he's played there a couple times, so technically he can be in my midfield. Sadio Mane.
Oh yeah, wow.
Sadio Mane. I mean, this year in particular, Salah didn't have a bad year, but they were like he had a stretch in the beginning or something where where's Salah coming? Then Salah came back and did Salah stuff. But Mane, this season against West Ham, he got you guys a winning goal. He got you guys a winning goal here. He got a winning goal here. When it came to clutch time, Sadio Mane from Southampton, from Ghana.
I believe it's Ghana, yeah.
I could be wrong. I apologize, Sadio, Mr. Mane. He is a Jurgen Klopp player. You want to find a guy. I love that the competitiveness between him and Salah and Firmino. They drive each other. Mm-hmm. They support each other. And I think Firmino he seems the more laughable guy of the three. Yeah. Like the guy, he kind of brings brevity to the Salah. Because I've seen Salah and Mane get on taking a penalty or taking a free kick. Right. Sadio, they both come from Africa with things to prove.
Right.
and they both, and to be able in a team like that to have both of them prove themselves. But I've just got to go with the clutch goals this year. Got to go with Sadio.
That's a good. That's an impressive midfield, man. I don't know that I'd want to get stuck playing against that midfield. That's an impressive midfield.
I would pack up my club. I would pack up my club and be like, let's get on the bus. Forfeit.
Everybody back on the bus. We're going.
You can only lose 3-0 in a forfeit. All right. Who do you got in your midfield?
All right. So yes. So 4-3-3. So I have 3 midfielders. My first midfielder, like you, Jadon Sancho. This guy is. I mean, from what I understand, the thing that's holding up this transfer to United is United's haggling over the price. And I'm like, are you kidding me? This guy's what, 21 years old?
Why?
Do you think he's not worth Philippe Coutinho money? Like, seriously? Is that the problem here? You don't think he's worth that? Just
I don't get it.
Just pay them.
Pay the money. Pay them the money.
Just pay him the money. I would love it if he came to Liverpool instead, but I mean,
it's not like we don't have the money. We've got the money to spend the money. Sorry.
Yeah. Just sell Paul Pogba and by Jadon, like you don't need.
No, you don't have to. Obviously, financial fair play rules don't apply. Just buy them.
Exactly. Chelsea's not abiding by them. Manchester City doesn't abide. So why should you? Just spend the money. Who cares?
I don't get it.
Just spend it. Doesn't matter.
I mean, you're not going to get duped on Jadon Sancho. You're not going to get duped on him.
No. He's a proven commodity at this point. He really is that good. That's just how it is.
Great pick.
Who
you got?
Number 2, also like you, Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, he's a machine. What do you want?
He's a machine.
What do you want? He's that guy. He's the guy you want.
Like, I hate Manchester's. I hate City. I hate everything about them. I hate how they cheated financial fair play. They're a bunch of mercenaries. But Kevin De Bruyne is the best of them.
Yes. Yeah. Easily. Yeah. It's not even close. Sergio Aguero, don't need him. If I have Kevin De Bruyne, I'm happy. I can plug somebody else in.
Oh yeah. Oh.
I mean, number 3, Kai Havertz, Bayer Leverkusen. Watch this guy play Bundesliga this year. He is worth all the money that Chelsea's paying for him. He is.
Really?
Yeah. He's a phenomenal offensive talent. Defensively, he has a little bit of work to do, but offensively, he is Kevin De Bruyne light at this point.
He's only going to get better.
Yeah, he's only going to get better. My honorable mention, because I couldn't quite bring myself to do it. My honorable mention for the midfield is Bruno Fernandes, because I can't, as much as I don't want to give Manchester United props, I can't deny
what he did. You cannot.
But the reason United finished as high as they did was entirely because of him. So
finished what, 3rd?
Yeah. Yeah.
We were like in 13th place. We were 17 points out of the top 4. Yeah. He drug us. Bruno Fernandes drug us into 3rd place.
Yep.
It was,
So I mean, he deserves to be there.
Yes, he does.
Whom are your attackers, Ken?
Okay, I have got a front 3.
Yes.
The first one to get out of the way, Lionel Messi. I mean, 25 goals, 24 assists, 27 something. Yeah. Like along with Sancho, the only other guy to get double digits in both. But he didn't just get double digits in both. He got in the 20s in both.
At the age of 34.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's
so.
Insane.
I don't like Messi. I'm a Ronaldo man, but I'll give him his props this year.
Yep.
My But my center forward has got to be Robert Lewandowski.
Yep.
His champion. He threatened Ronaldo's all-time single campaign in the Champions League goal total.
Yes.
Which I didn't. I mean, Ronaldo had 17. I didn't think anyone would ever come close to that again. But I think he got 14 or something like that. I forget. But he dominated the league, dominated the. I think Bayern Munich won a treble this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they did.
I'm not sure.
They did,
So,
and they were also the only team in Champions League history to win all 10 of their Champions League matches
without losing.
Yeah.
No one's ever done that.
No one's ever done that.
Blow my mind.
Yeah.
Blow my mind blown. And he's a big reason. Their buy of Robert Lewandowski.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Munich does a good job of replacing their stars. They just get rid of people as soon as you have a hitch in your giddy up. Gone. Like Mats Hummels. Oh, you're a great center defender. You're not that good. This gone back to Dortmund. I mean,
James Rodriguez couldn't hack it on that team.
And that's crazy.
That's nuts.
My third one, Ciro Immobile. Lazio.
Yes.
27 goals. So he led I think he won the Golden Boot in Europe. 27 goals. And he also was involved in the most chances in Europe.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So being that's not just goals scored. That's goal scored plus chances that they should have scored. So he talk about there's somebody else going to Lazio that I just saw, some big name that I was like, what? Lazio got them? It would surprise the hell out of me.
I feel like I just saw that too, and now I can't remember who it was.
I mean, it was just like, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's my front three.
All right.
I wonder if we agree on any of these.
So I think we have two of the same three. At right wing I have Leo Messi because he's had a phenomenal year, and the only reason Barcelona was able to challenge for the league title, and the only reason they went as far in Champions League as they did was because of Leo Messi. At the age of 34, double-digit goals, double-digit assists, and not just double digits in the 20s. I mean, that's show me another 34-year-old player that has done anything close to that. No.
They haven't.
Center forward, Robert Lewandowski. This guy, I don't. For those who've never seen a Bayern Munich game, go back and watch some tape of just. He's never in the wrong spot.
Never.
He's always in the right place. And that is hard to do for a center forward who is drawing double teams from the center backs. It's hard to do, and yet 25 league goals, 39 in all competitions, just a phenomenal offensive player. And at left wing, I have Cristiano Ronaldo. Now, even though he only scored 21 goals this season, he was the most efficient scorer in all leagues in Europe. So in terms of chances converted into goals, he had the highest percentage of those. And again,
really?
at age 35, like these are old guys at this point, and they're still just blowing away their competition.
I'd say when it comes to Ronaldo and Messi, like they're 35, 33, 34, but you can't age. They've especially Ronaldo. He has treated his body as a temple.
Oh yeah.
He looks like he did when there are 21-year-olds that don't look as good as him, at all. He is to use the word, a specimen. I mean,
yes.
I guarantee he probably sleeps in some kind of oxygen. He takes advantage of every advancement in taking care of himself. I guarantee. I would love to eat what Ronaldo eats in a day, during a match week. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like maybe up to it, like see what he eats before a game and maybe after a game.
Yeah.
And see what kind of like proteins. I'd love to see the science because I'm sorry, at 35, you should be breaking down. You shouldn't be still.
And he's not.
Like, And I'm not saying you can't have. I'm not saying you can't have muscles at 35. You know, you can't be in shape, but to be as chiseled as he is.
And to play, I mean, he
at that level,
he regularly plays 90 minutes at that level, at the Italian champion. I mean, you can't beat that.
No.
My honorable mentions, because there were some guys that I had to have on this list. I just didn't have room for. So my honorable mentions, Ken. I have 3 of them.
Okay.
Number 1, Erling Haaland at Dortmund.
Oh yeah.
This kid is 18.
I was this close.
He's 18 years old. He's a phenom. He's scoring at almost a goal a game pace. Like, it's ridiculous. They put him out there, and you expect him to score because he does. And he's only going to get better at this point. Number 2, comeback player of the year, Romelu Lukaku. He goes to Inter, and he's a world beater. He's a world beater over there. They can't touch him.
Yep.
He's amazing. And it's just great to see him excel after so many just kind of uncharacteristically down years in the Premier League.
Because it's Mourinho. Mourinho doesn't like Lukaku. And to see what he did when he's away from Mourinho at Everton and at Chelsea and at West Brom, Lukaku scores goals. He always has when he's away from Jose Mourinho. Having Jose ruined Lukaku. And I think Lukaku was so down, even when Ole came in, that he was disgusted. He was done with United.
Yep. And he goes to Inter. He goes to Inter, and he's a new man, completely new.
Oh, and then he's feeling himself at Inter. He loves it.
And he fits right in. And number 3, Ken, and I know you'll love this one, Marcus Rashford. I am not a Manchester United fan, but when Liverpool plays Manchester United, the one guy I'm afraid of is Marcus Rashford. He is deceptively quick. He is deceptively accurate, and he is fearless. You cannot intimidate him. You can't.
He gives his all. He gives 110%. Like not to be cliche, but he loves to play football. He loves it, and he loves playing for United. I'm so happy. Like, I want to keep him happy. Can I just add one? I want to have one honorable mention.
Oh yeah.
It's from the same team. I think he'll be a starter in my 11 next year. Mason Greenwood.
Mason Greenwood.
Mason Greenwood is the new Marcus Rashford. Yeah. But the same age, they've come on into United. He scored goals. He scored goals. They weren't lucky goals. He would get the ball and beat somebody, and he was putting them in the corners. Like, he scored damn near double digits. I think he went over double digits. Damn near, I want to say, I almost broke a record for rookie goals or something like that. It was insane. Like, he took his moment. He took the moment and he ran with it.
Well, and that's the great thing about young players, right? They're not old enough to know they're not supposed to be able to do this stuff. They just come in and do it. And it's so much fun to watch a player that has not yet been broken by the politics of the sport, the coaching, the managers, the transfer, the money stuff. None of that's affected them yet. The media.
All the media.
None of that's affected them yet. I remember how much fun it was to watch Raheem Sterling before the media got to
Liverpool.
him and City, and man, he was much fun to watch.
My dad, first time I saw Raheem Sterling, I came home from work. The game, my dad called me at work because this guy it was a preseason game, Liverpool versus, I believe, Hearts from the Scottish Premier League.
Yeah,
or maybe it was from the Irish. Anyways, it was Hearts. And I believe it might have even been a Europa League playing game. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe not preseason. But anyway, he gets the start. My dad calls me. There's this kid. He's so fast. He's so fast. You gotta wait till you get home to see him. All right, I'm coming home. And I caught like the last 10 minutes of the match. And like my dad, this is about back. He had just recently got into the football. And for him to like watch a game that wasn't United, this is a Europa League playing game. And he's just chilling at home watching it.
Oh yeah.
It's back when to see a guy like that and to him to call me up and can't wait for me to get home to share this moment to watching this kid. And you want to talk about pure joy?
Oh yeah.
Raheem Sterling, like, wow. I would love to see what Raheem Sterling would do with Jurgen Klopp.
Oh yes. Yes.
That would have been sick. If he would have stayed,
I have heard he has talked about wanting to go back. I just think that it's such a different space now, right? Like I mean after the media and the national team blow up and all this other stuff that's kind of bogged down over it's hard.
You can't go home again.
You can't. But it's so much fun to watch these guys who just don't know that they're not supposed to be able to do these things. They're phenomenal. It's amazing. It's fun.
I love the young kids that go in there and they just run at like the veteran defender and they just run at him. Yeah. Like when Martial came over, like the 19-year-old Martial came over his first game against Skirtle.
I remember his first goal. I remember his very first goal.
Jukes him out of the sock. And that was beautiful. I mean, he shouldn't have done like Skirtle should have cleaned his clock. But like But I think defenders hate that when there's a star pupil that comes up, they know that they're right at them. They're gonna dribble right at you.
Before the game sucks all the life out of you, go out there and have fun with it. Go out there and have fun before all the other stuff just knocks you down. Just go have fun with it.
And what me and Mark are saying, do yourself a favor, folks. Go on the internet, Google some young talent, young players. Find out what team they play for. Find out how you can watch them and just enjoy it. It doesn't have to be the big teams. They might like Alphonso Davies just play for Munich, so you can catch him. But there are guys out there that are they'll make you fall in love with football.
Yes. Yeah. Go. I'd much rather you go in looking to watch those guys than even some of the older legends. I mean, watch Messi and watch Ronaldo, but go in with your eye on the young guys. Those are the guys you really want to see play.
Yeah, I mean, it's simple. I just want to echo everything you're saying. It's just amazing.
All right, I think we're gonna wrap it up. I think so. What I might do, we are approaching 2 hours here, so I think what I might do.
I think you got yourself 2 shows here.
I might split this into 2 shows. Post one tomorrow and one on the weekend. And that way we'll have double the content. And then we'll have. I mean, if some Ken and Mark show is good, more Ken and Mark show must be better. Right?
I understand. Okay. Wait. Yeah, the math checks out.
The math checks out? All right, good. You can contact us at the Ken and Mark Show at gmail.com or on Facebook or on Twitter at Ken and Mark Show. We're available for download on Google. Hang on, iTunes. That's the place. iTunes.
Yes, go on.
And Google Play and radio.com and the original podcast page, the Ken and Mark Show .libsyn.com. In the future, as long as we're doing this remote thing that we're doing, I think in the upcoming weeks, what I'm going to do is whatever happens during the pre-show, between the show before the Ken and Mark Show starts, I'm going to take that audio and I'm going to put that up on Libsyn just so people can kind of get a flavor for what happens at the Ken and Mark Show before the camera comes on. Before you
I love this idea.
Before the viewers get assaulted with all of this, there is some appreciable stuff happening prior to the whole thing.
Assault me with that, you bad man.
All right, Kenny. Good night, sir.
Later, man.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
That's awesome,
man. This has been a great. Oh,
this is a good show.
Meeting.
This is a good show. I like this show.
And you know what? I think I cussed once.
I think it was only that one time.
Myself.
That was amazing.
I'm trying here. It's like my dad, like he said it to me earlier in the week, and before we would show, he's like, "Look, son, I need to tell you something." I was like, "Don't cuss." He's like, "Yes." It's the same, you know. Yeah, but he loves, like he always says, "You and Mark just play off each other so well, but you cuss too much."
My dad is like, "Yeah, Ken's a pretty sharp fella. He just swears a lot. It's weird." I'm like, yeah,
I'm emotional.
Right.
I'm an emotional person.
That's exactly.
I don't know how, with the information you gave me today about, I didn't know that about, I wanted to.
That's why I wanted to save it, because I wanted a real reaction.
Got all that getting up, walking around, that's the only thing I could do to not go, motherfucker.
Yeah, no, it's batshit crazy, dude. It is. I don't know what we're doing.
I'm tired. I'm tired of it, man. I am tired of it. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Fuck the police. Burn this motherfucker down.
I don't understand why we are having to deal with this. I just don't. I don't.
We have enough problems in this world with climate change and income inequality. The police shooting a certain segment of people should not be a problem.
Right.
I mean, just don't shoot people. If you're that scared, you shouldn't be a cop.
Exactly.
It's that simple. If you're that scared, should not be a cop. If you're going to be quick to draw.
If you're that afraid for your life that you have to shoot a man in the back 7 times, you're in the wrong line of work.
Shouldn't find a different job. Go to Best Buy and become a manager. That's what you should have done.
Find a different job. Find a different job. That's right.
To me, it's just like the HR departments, whoever's hiring these people, there needs to be the standards for police departments. I say raise the pay, raise the standard. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
what they really need to do is this thing that they've been doing with teachers. Just fire every single one of them and make them interview to get their jobs back.
Yeah, then
we'll see how many people actually make it.
Yeah, and hold them to that higher standard. Everyone's fired. Let's see here. Before we go to do the interview, have you shot anybody? Oh, you have. Oh, go find another job.
Exactly.
You have shot. You have shot someone. Okay. Go find another job. Oh, you used you have 3 battery charges against you from the public. Go find another job.
Yeah.
You're a good cop. You're a good cop that spoke out, and then you got blackballed, and you had to quit the force. Well, guess what? You're back with a raise.
Right. It really shouldn't be that difficult. It really shouldn't be.
I want goody two shoes as cops.
Right.
But I want goody two shoes with empathy.
That's what we should get.
They need to teach these officers empathy. If you come with compassion, you'll be treated with compassion.
This I just read from Twitter. The NBA players have called a players meeting at the hotel ballroom Um,
Oh,
and
in the
Disney,
bubble?
and
Wow,
yeah,
nice.
and they're discussing whether or not to continue the playoffs or end the season.
Wow, balls. Dude, you know what? You know the best thing that ever happened, the NBA bubble, you know why it's the best thing to happen?
Because they're
Not
all
only
in the
to keep
same
out
place.
coronavirus, they're all there. It's
Yep.
like, it's
Yep.
this is like, you know what we should do? I want you to play Ain't Nothing But a Gangster Party. Because you put two of America's Most Wanted in the same motherfucking place at the same motherfucking time. Ain't nothing but a gangster party. That's what it's Tupac and Snoop getting together, man. That's what this is. They've come together, and you know the lead, you know the captains on those teams, like the guys that we don't not know of, but they're the leaders in the locker room. I mean,
Yes.
you know they're getting together and talk, like they're talking because they all know each other. They played on McDonald's All-Star teams. These guys grew up together, and now you put them in all in the same bubble. And you think that I'm so glad they did that because that's how this happened. Because they were able to communicate.
Yeah, and they were able to do so without the filter of the media or anybody else telling them, or their agents or anybody else telling them what was going on. They are there talking amongst themselves, and that's it.
My advice to the NBA players: do the rest of the week. Do the rest of this week and have it start back on Monday, because that's about the news cycle on this. Because they'll talk about they'll talk about you for a couple of days. They'll talk about why you're doing it for a couple of days. On Monday, no one's going to care about what you're doing. Then come back and play. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I don't know.
People's attention spans aren't, because there are good people that love the NBA that want to see the season finish. And I would there are these people, and people have been through a lot.
Sure.
And as much as the NBA players are doing this for a community, I understand that. I respect them not playing, but there's a community out there also hurting that loves you guys and isn't racist and just loves basketball, and they're stuck in their houses. They could really use some more, and they love the NBA. And I hope for them they play.
And I think that's what makes this tricky, right? Like if the people. I mean, you could make the argument that they wouldn't have to have these conversations if the people watching, the people at home, were a little more proactive about things that are going on, right? Like, it's tough. I get it. I don't know what to do. I mean, a lot of these guys are not superstars. They don't have max contracts. They have to. I mean, they got bills to pay too. I totally get it. And that's why I think it should be completely up to them if they want to finish or not.
I respect the decision either way. I just hope that the guys like LeBron, your LeBrons, and all your other I can't remember right now. I'm tired. All the other high-paid players.
Right.
Hakeem Olajuwon. I just hope those high-paid players, if they do decide to stop and not play the rest of this season, help the guys that make base contracts. Help those guys out.
You know what? I think
if you're making $30 million and the guy's making $500,000 or some shit, or give him $1 million, please. Just help your brothers out.
Oh, sorry. In other sports,
I'm boring you that much.
No, in other sports, I would say that that's not likely to happen. In the NBA, of all the sports, that is the place where it's most likely to take place.
And especially in this environment, especially like we said before, with this environment with the bubble, I can see that. I bet there's camaraderie. Like, the NBA is probably thinking, we kept them safe, but we've unlocked it. We've opened the Pandora's box of these guys have now. I mean, this is the first time that all the players have talked to each other. They have communal rooms. Like, this is like this. I mean, the NBA players are together now more than ever.
And good for them. I mean,
I'm down.
Use your
your
power while you have it, because you won't have it forever.
Exactly. So I'm down for either way. Whatever they do, I feel bad for the people that are honest to God good people and love the NBA.
Sure.
and that would really that have been longing for something good in their lives during COVID, and I feel for those people, but I also those people need to understand that they're not just doing this to be selfish. They're not doing this to be selfish. This is about a bigger, something bigger than themselves, and I applaud them for that.
Agreed. Maybe I'll post the post show up on the audio.
I think you got
just so we have that.
I think you're gonna have to.
I might do that.
It's been too good. But I have to go to bed, man. I could talk, man.
I totally get it.
I talk. This is, every about 2 or 3 months. About every 2 months, we have a show like this where we don't like it gets me jazzed up again. Yeah. Not that I don't love the show. Don't get me wrong. I think I say this every time, but like we have this show where there's like we could have fit everything we talked about into an hour. But it was such like what you were talking about though needed to be said, and this happens, man. Yeah,
it does, and that's okay with me. That's okay with me.
I had nothing else to do except go to sleep. All right,
man.
Like a teenage. You hang up. No, you hang up. No, you hang up.
See you later.
Later, bro.
See ya.